I truly think that what we're here for today is one of the leading issues within the LGBT community.
We're here this morning to recognize what the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice refused to recognize: the loving bond of marriage between Doug and Alex.
And unfortunately for Doug and Alex, their only crime is that they're gay. Because no other, as Dennis talked about, no other straight couple would be going through deportation hearings if they were actually legally married in a particular state.
The only reason that Doug and Alex are facing deportation today is because of the Defense of Marriage Act. Without the Defense of Marriage Act, the Immigration Nationality Act would work its magic and keep them together.
I think oftentimes we have a tendency to defer to the law of the United States. But the law is not always right.
The Obama administration has already said it finds the Defense of Marriage Act to be unconstitutional.
He basically admitted that DOMA is a law motivated by animus, hostility towards gay and lesbian people and our intimate relationships. So, with all that, it's outrageous that deportations are still going on. It's outrageous that Alex and Doug are being divided. One more family split apart.
We are in the same struggle in this decade. As we fight for LGBT equality, we are also fighting against the anti-immigrant sentiment, which is really a repackaging of racism in America. That's all that it's about. And it's acceptable racism when people think that they can fight and say that people are illegal in this country.
So we need an immigration reform now. We need our queer families to be recognized. It's not okay for us as queers to have unequal rights under the law, especially when we look at immigration law. Immigration laws are broken, they're immoral, they're unjust, and they favor European, middle class, and other upper class immigrants. So this is an unfair system we have to fight. So as I look at Doug and Alex, I know how hard it is to raise a young man, to raise a teenager in the society. I know how hard it is to be in a queer family and not recognized every day. And so this system now needs to recognize your marriage and needs to stop deporting Alex. So that's just what's fair, it's what's right.
Sometimes our laws can be unfair, and we need good judges, we need fair judges to recognize flaws in the legal system. Flaws in the legal system that have made mistakes over the decades and over the centuries, and that's what we need today.
What do we want?
Stop the deportation!